Topping the news tonight, Commissioner, the inquiry into the 1990 attempted coup, Dr. Hafizul Mohammed, delays going public to respond to allegations that he has false credentials. He cancelled a news conference at the last minute this afternoon. Reporters were told Mr. Mohammed was still in a meeting and the press conference will now be held next week. Dr. Mohammed was allowed to miss sittings of the inquiry this week after newspaper reports stated that he falsified his qualifications. And Justice Minister Chrislyn Moore has denied that she ever met with Dr. Mohammed. Shari Lewis explains.
The Ministry of Justice is denying the Guardian's report that Minister Chrislyn Moore met with Dr. Hafizul Mohammed on Tuesday to persuade him to step down from the Commission of Inquiry into the 1990 insurrection. According to the release, quote, "The senator did not meet with Dr. Mohammed on that day or any other day for 5 hours or any other stretch of time with regard to the matters now engaging the public attention," end quote. The Guardian claimed that the minister and Jagdev Singh, one of the attorneys for the commission, met with Mohammed in an attempt to convince him to step aside. Further to this, the Justice Ministry said, quote, "The article is therefore inaccurate and the Guardian Media Limited has been asked to print a retraction," end quote. It is alleged that Dr. Mohammed said he obtained a doctorate of science in international relations from Atlantic International University, but the university never heard of him. It is also alleged that Dr. Mohammed's references on his curriculum vitae listed a dead president of the country and a non-existent president of Turkey. Dr. Mohammed has not attended sittings of the Commission of Inquiry into the attempted coup this week. Sherilyn Lewis, CNews.
So glad you can join us. It was not the best of days. In fact, it was the worst of days, perhaps one of the worst ever, as West Indies were whacked at the whacker as they were bowled out for their lowest ever one-day international score against Australia as they made a calamitous start to their 5-match series with an embarrassing 9-wicket defeat on Friday. And as Ruskin Mark explains, after winning the toss, the Windies shockingly opted to bat first in seamer-friendly conditions and was summarily dismissed for a meager 70 as Australia went on to win by 9 wickets.
That's it! The slips.
Gale never suggested permanence and was first of all for 4 with just 14 on the board. Despite unleashing 2 lovely cover-driven boundaries, Powell also departed at 18 for 2. Sawan's first international innings in over a year and a half lasted just 3 balls as Stark bowled him through the gate. With no runs added and 19 for 3, Dwayne Bravo fell to a smart catch at forward short leg. And Pollard survived a massive shout for LBW off the first ball he faced, but the very next ball, he paid the price dragging on, as Stark was virtually unplayable. Devon Thomas steered the 5th ball of Faulkner's first over to Clark at first slip, and Darren Bravo fell to the same combination an over later for 11. West Indies was slumping at 39 for 7 now, heading towards their lowest ever one-day score. But skipper Sami's stay ended at 16 for a top score, but there wasn't much else on offer, as Stark ended with 5 for 20, his best figures in one-day internationals. He was supported by Mackay with 3 for 10, and Faulkner, who added 2 for 14 as the Windies crashed a 70 all-out in 23.5. Glenn Maxwell then set the tone for Australia's reply by ripping into fast bowler Kemar Roach, blasting 3 fours and a 6 as the first over went for 18. A stunned Roach had no answer as the promoted Maxwell teed off on everything he served up as the Windies were brushed aside from the outset. He moved into high gear with another 4 and a 6 off Roach's next over that cost 11 en route to counting 9 fours and 2 sixes overall. Holder claimed his first international wicket when he had Finch caught behind on review, cutting at a short delivery at 39 for 1 in the 4th. But by then, there was absolutely no doubt about the result. Maxwell continued his merry way, and the Windies didn't help themselves here when Kajawa was dropped by Thomas off Narayan's bowling. Then it was just a matter of time as both batsmen teed off. But it was Maxwell in particular who rushed to his 50 with another boundary, his 9th as the scores were tied. Australia then made it official as they completed a 9-wicket victory in the 10th over to take a 1-0 lead in the 5-match series. Ruskin Mark, C Sports.